Hello farmers, welcome back to Pallegney on Farming Simulator 25. I have already started harvesting the last of the 5 fields. Actually, now it's down to the last 4 and almost down to the last 3. I moved on to the month of July first of all. I harvested the wheat field that's over by the bakery, that little field right over there. And now I'm on to this barley field. I'm almost done with that. And that will do it for the month of July for harvesting. We got 2 canola fields that we're still waiting on, which is the one that's got the tram lines in it. We got the original big field, I guess I could call it, maybe, I don't know, down there by the shed. That's got canola on it. And then across the river, that is a wheat field that is not ready for harvest as of yet. That should be in August, I would assume. I still got to take care of the silage bales. I want to sell those this month because I'm down to, well, $700. And I do want some money moving on because I do want to test the field that's got the tram lines in it after I finish harvesting, of course. I want to see about getting rid of the tram lines, what we got to do. I think it's going to be I got to plow where the tram lines are to get rid of them. But that's going to be a nice little test to try out after we get done harvesting. But yeah, we are harvesting with our new used case AF11 harvester that we got at the end of the last episode. Kind of a surprise buy, if you will. We knew the harvester was for sale, but I was like, yeah, I can't afford that. But when it came to the decision of time to leave this Pallegney, it was like, well, I don't really feel like cutting the grass anymore, honestly. It's like, why keep the grass field? If you don't have the grass field, why keep the mowers? Why keep this? Why keep that? And we end up with enough money to buy this AF11 combine that was for sale. So, I mean, that was nice to have. I mean, whoever takes over the farm after I leave has a nice little combine. I said nice little combine. Nice large combine. Holds 20,000 liters, by the way, when you harvest. So, as for the wheat field I've already harvested, I got 22,800 liters of wheat off that field. And for barley off this field, we ended up getting 32,254. And currently our precision farming score has gone up to 85. Got a 98 score in this field, got a 99 score in that field. The field that's really putting us and holding us back right here is the field across the river, but that will be taken care of soon. And of course, the field that's got the tram lines in it as well. This field a little bit also, so I think our score is going to be pretty darn high once we get done harvesting. But let's go ahead and put this barley into the grain mill. As for the straw, I'm not going to bale that up and sell the straw bales into the BGA. We're just going to be harvesting and putting the silage bales into the BGA because, yeah, I do want some money in the bank account so I can go ahead and do some more things here. Let's dip on down and put the barley on in, add it to the bakery. Well, I say to the bakery. It's making flour, and the flour is going to the bakery to make bread. So yeah, this is the last episode for us here, at least for me, on Pallegney, and I'll be moving on. Still spur of the moment kind of a decision I made yesterday. The episode that went out yesterday. Well, as I'm recording this, it went out yesterday. It's been a rough 2 weeks. But anyhoozles, I recorded Thursday's last episode yesterday for me, and that's when I made a decision, time to move on. So I haven't picked out a new map or what I'm going to be doing on the new map or when the new series is going to start as of yet. Still trying to get my schedule back up and going. For those that know, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, let's go ahead and put this barley on in, and then we'll go over and take care of the silage bales. So yeah, I don't have a map picked out. Haven't looked at any maps. I got ideas, but then of course I don't want to say, well, this is what I'm going to be doing in the next series, because usually ideas need to go with the map. And yeah, there were a few people that messaged me saying I'm leaving Pallegney kind of early. For me, yes, it is, but I've actually got over 80 hours on. I noticed when I logged in today, I got 80 hours on this map. For me, on the Let's Play is kind of short. I usually hit 100 and 150 on a Let's Play. But as I said in last episode here, I don't know what else I want to do here. I'm just kind of in a holding pattern of just, I don't know. And from day one when I got here, I like the map, but I just don't feel at home here, if that makes sense. I just don't feel, maybe it's where I put the farm or whatever, but I just haven't gotten the feel for the map itself. I like the layout. Maybe, I do like the farm down by the river. The farmyard kind of came out sort of as we went. I still do love the fact of the challenge of only being able to buy from the used section. I do love that challenge still, so I will be bringing that back at some point. Not anytime soon, so for the ones that don't like it too much, don't worry about it. It's not going to happen anytime soon. But at some point back in later in FS25, we'll probably try it again. So we're waiting for these silage bales to get fully fermented. We'll put those on in. So let's see. If I check my stock market page, they'll tell me if there's still grass or silage. Well, it still shows grass. I don't see no silage here, so let's speed up some time. I don't remember what time I wrapped those, so let's go to noon. How is that now? Silage, and I see no grass, so that means they're all fermented. All right, so let's pull these out of here. And, yeah, take those out. We still will use the telehandler to put them on in. That's what we got it for. Yeah, if I had kept the goats and the dairy production, I would be very rich at the end of the series. But I think getting rid of the goats was a good decision to make. I don't remember how many episodes ago that was, but that was a good decision. Because it would have made that combine purchase pretty easy to do. And not kind of in a fun way of being like, well, if I sell the grass field, sell the mowers, sell this and sell that, am I going to be close? And, you know, we made it. So, you know, it brought fun part of that. Having, when I play Farming Simulator, I'm not one to want to have millions of dollars in my bank account. To me, money sitting there, unless you're saving it because you need to buy something and you don't have enough money as of yet, that's fine. But if you're just sitting there with like $5 million in the bank account, and you're not buying any land or buying any tractors, I just feel like, so what are you working towards? I need something to work towards on my series. And that's why, as of here, I don't feel like I'm working towards anything. Yeah, I still could use a direct drill and planter, but, you know, we can go ahead and lease one, so it's not like we need to complete that, if that makes any sense. And I do think it's time for a change of scenery for myself. The only thing that I would say that did bug me about this map a little bit, and it only matters when it rains or hails or whatever, when you get down by the river, the sound of the rain and hail change. It's almost like it's muted, and I'm not sure why that's the case. If anyone does know why, I'd be kind of interested to hear the reasoning behind that. So it's kind of I did cut that grass field quite a bit in the rain. So every time I got down by the river, it'd be like silent. Then when you got a little ways away from the river, you could hear just downpouring rain. So yeah, that bugged me a little bit. But other than that, overall, I do like the map. I didn't feel like I connected with it for some reason. All right, is that all the bales? Yeah, so my somewhat empty bale or half bale must be up at the other shed. We'll go grab that in just a moment. So if this series here, we started with no money, no loan, no land, no nothing, and only could buy our machinery and stuff from the used section. There were some exceptions, like the chainsaw that I bought. That had to be bought from the store, because I've never seen a chainsaw in the used section. And I also purchased brand new the pallet forks, because, again, I'm trying to think if I've ever seen implements like that for sale. Maybe so, but I can't quite remember if they were. I'm surprised it's taken all that silage. Usually I got to fast forward time for that silage to be taken. And yeah, I don't plan on going all the way to January and being here to sell the canola oil or the bread. We're just going to harvest, kind of see how our environmental score came out, and I want to see about the tram lines. But I mean, I got pretty much told, need a plow and need to put the plow on create a field to get rid of the tram lines. But I've been told things before and then test it myself and then didn't get the same result. So technically, really, after those silage bales get put through the BGA, I don't need the BGA either, but I'm not selling everything that's on the farm here. Everything is just going to stay. I didn't check the sale page. Watch it. I mean, that'd be kind of interesting if that momentum planter is there, because that's the last thing I would need really for the farm. Nope, and nope, none of that stuff at all. So yeah, I'm pretty much done for the month of July. Let's go to the month of August. We're at $625, but that should go up. We should be at somewhere around 50,000, I would hope, after all those silage bales are fermented and put through. Are all 3 fields going to be ready for harvest in August? I would like to say yes. Oh, good. We're up to 62,000. Lovely. So that field's ready. That canola field's ready. What about... it's ready, and it's ready. So all 3 fields are ready to go. Sale page? Nothing... well, like I said, the only thing I would probably look to buy would be the momentum planter. So we're going to drive right across this farmer's fields, get the 2 canola fields done. I may even do a time lapse. So before we get to harvesting the last 3 fields, our overall environmental score is an 85, is it? An 85, but I expect this to be, yeah, that should be up to like a 99 score. This field should be, yeah, we should be like 96, 97 overall on our scoring, I do believe. The only thing that's going to drop us down is this 75 here. That is the forest land and all that around there. So there must be a part of a field somewhere where it's giving us a field score. I don't know where it is, but not much I can do about that. So any hoozles? Without further ado, let's go ahead and harvest this field. Also kind of interested to see, because it's got tram lines in it, how that may affect the environmental score. Because it goes by how much of the field is lime fertilized to 100% of what it should be. And with tram lines, you can't put fertilizer or lime down in those areas, I don't think. But the score went right up to a 99, and our environmental score now is up to an 89. Well, I mean, 99 is pretty darn close to perfect, so I don't think the tram lines affect the environmental score in that fact. So anyways, I think what I'm going to do is we'll turn the radio on and we'll zip through these canola fields. And then I'll go across the river and get started on that wheat field. And when I get just about done with the wheat field, we'll bring you back and then we'll look at planting a crop in this field and what you got to do to get rid of the tram lines. Anyways, let's see if we can find a decent tune on the radio.
Jesse was born on a winter's night in the middle of a storm. The road was blocked, so Jesse was born in this old house. Raised on love in those sunny years when there was magic in the world. Her laughter traveled well across those hardwood floors. God knows we didn't have much, but in a way, you know, we had it all. She grew up fast in a breath or two. She was on her way out the door while her clothes were drying on a line outside the porch. With that worn out truck and a lot of hope, she left one Thursday morn like the storm
done with the wheat harvest. As you saw, the canola harvest went pretty well. We got ourselves a full trailer, which is 59,400. That's what a full trailer is in that. I did have about 1,000 liters left over inside the combine, and I didn't really want to, have to bring the trailer over, come back, get 1,000 liters, and bring it back to the grain mill. So I came over here and I was hoping it would do what it did, and that's with 1,000 liters left in the combine when I started harvesting another crop. I didn't see if it just eliminated the canola altogether or did it convert it over to wheat right away. I'm not sure how that actually worked, but it saved me a little bit of time anyways. This wheat harvest is going pretty good, I do believe. We'll see how much we end up in the trailer in just a moment. And then we'll have a look at our environmental score, see if it's up to, I'm guessing like 95, maybe 96 overall score, which is pretty darn good. That'll be like a 14% bonus in sales when I sell stuff. That's on top of if I were to sell at the farmer's market. So overall, that'll be like a 34% increase in sales. That is pretty good. Yeah, it did take me a little longer to harvest than I thought it would. But of course, the work had, I can remember harvesting that first big field with the New Holland TH. Wait, is it TH? No, TX. I always forget that model. TX 32 with a 4-meter wide header. I want to say this is the 15-meter wide header. And of course, the combine is a lot bigger, holds a lot more, of course. But there we go. That is the wheat harvest and all of the harvests completed. Actually, we can see right from the combine how much we got into the trailer. 37,000, 38. So it's going to be like, what, 43, 44,000? Off of this one field. 44,376 is the amount of wheat we got off this field. And I'm just going to leave that right there. No sense to really bring it down to the grain mill. Doesn't help me out at all. Environmental score is up to 98 overall. Only 95 in that field. Why is it off? Oh, the pH is off a little bit. Yeah, that field probably needed some lime in it. Actually, it's over-limed still. Man. That's right, I did have a worker lime that field before the update came out about a week ago. Same thing for some parts there. What we're going to do now, though, of course, is we're going to enter the John Deere. And we're going to go up and we're going to just lease the plow and lease the Momentum direct drill. And we're going to try to plant a crop in the field with the tram lines. Going to go over a few things, but I think I know it's going to turn out, but we'll see. You never truly know. And I'm not going to plant the whole field. I just want to see what it takes to get rid of the tram lines. That's all I want to do. Because, in the next series, I'm going to be running precision farming. I'm sure I'm going to buy a field that an NPC farmer has had. And I do believe all NPC fields have tram lines in it. So I'm going to need to figure out how to get rid of them. So, might as well do it now. Alright, so a couple things we need here. None of that stuff, though. Plows, yes, we'll come down here. And yeah, I don't need a wide plow. Just, well, I will get one because I don't know how big the tram lines are. We'll lease that. Thank you. And then planters. Momentum. Yeah, we'll just get that and then lease it. Yes. Why am I here? I know why I'm here. Let me get just some seeds so I don't have to go down to grab any. And fertilizer, I don't care about. The plow needs to go on the front. I may or may not need it, but I've been told I will, so we'll grab that. Being August, I think it'll have to be canola that we plant. All right, that is all we really need to test this out. Alright, so originally I was told, and I double checked, and it probably was somewhat true in how it's done. But if you go to precision farming, which we're on, and you click on the field, you got to come down to tram lines, but you can see tram line width is none. So technically it's turned off, right? Let me switch this over to canola because it's August. Give it a second to unfold. So this is a direct drill. Let's see, it looks like it's getting rid of the tram lines there. Is it getting rid of the tram lines? That is the question. And the answer is no, it is not. You can still see the tram lines there. It's not showing that the crop is in growth. Alright, so let's go ahead and unfold the plow. This plow will work in this direction. That's what's great about it. So, do I just need to plow? I'm not on create fields. I'm just on plowing. Does that do it? Ah, so you don't need to put it on create fields. You just need to plow the field. You can see the tram line is disappearing. All right, let's just do a little bit more just to make sure. Yeah, I would not like to have had it on create field, but if you had to, I guess it's not that big of a deal. So the tram lines would have been in the same spot. So you got to plow. The next question may be, do you have to cultivate? Would cultivating do it? I want to say no, because a direct drill is kind of its own cultivator. That's why it's a direct drill. It's not a plow, so I think you're going to need some kind of a subsoiler slash plow to get rid of the tram lines. We don't need to put it on create a field. So if I look, yeah, you can see the plow probably didn't cover that part there, but everywhere else where I'm going over the tram lines, it's getting rid of the tram lines that way. So if you buy a field that has tram lines in it, just by turning the tram lines off, that does not do it. You got to plow with it. Only where the tram lines are, of course, and then you're good to go. So that is kind of interesting. I don't need to be doing this anymore. That's the only test I needed to do. So overall here, let me know what you thought about my Let's Play on Pallegney. Probably not the way I would say 80% of the people thought it would have gone. It didn't go the way I thought it was going to go either, but that's part of the challenge in a way with only being able to buy from the used section because you don't know what you're going to get and when you're going to get it. So it's kind of hard, you know, when you can just go and buy something new, you know how much money you need to save and you know what you want to buy and when you're going to buy it. When you want stuff for the farm, when you're doing the challenge only being able to buy from the used section, it's like, well, I need this. I need to save this money in case it comes up for sale because you don't know if it's going to or if it's not. And yeah, it's kind of a fun little challenge because when to spend your money sometimes is part of the fun of it. At least for me, it is, anyways. So yeah, if you weren't here in the very beginning, this field right here. This was the first field I bought. 91,000. It was a grass field, and we kept the grass field for quite a long time. I then bought this field here, which was also a grass field. It had a little bit of a forest in the middle of it. Made that into a grass field. I then saved up enough to buy, I think it was this field third. I bought this next. I can't remember if it was this field, the grass field I bought third, or this one here. But at that same time, this is when we got the goats. I got the goats after I bought this grass field. That much I think I do know. Yeah, this whole grass field would turn into a goat pen, which held 180 goats. We were getting a lot of goat milk, which we had a dairy production, which was making goat cheese, which made us a lot of money. So much so, after about, was it a year in game about that, we decided to get rid of the goats just because they were making so much money. Then I think I bought this field over here, and then eventually we bought this field here, where you see the straw, of course, in that field. And then that field. And also in the meantime, we bought ourselves the grain mill because that grain mill does all the grain into flour, all of the canola oil into oil. And then just recently, we also did buy the bakery, which is right here. And I'm actually surprised they don't have any bread out here yet. Oh, I probably didn't activate the bread. That'd be why. Oops. Didn't want to do that. Wanted to... Nope. Can we get back up in the air? Because I hit the wrong button. But yeah, we bought the bakery because getting the flour out of this grain mill here is a little bit of a challenge. You just can't, even driving a telehandler in here and loading up a pallet, it is kind of snug in there. And it's not my kind of style of farming simulator, the way I like to play it. I mean, if you only have like 20 pallets to move every year, that's fine. But we had loads of pallets, and it got to be a lot of work. So by buying the bakery, the flour got teleported up here. It was much easier to get the bread out. So, I mean, we did end up playing 8 years, but... like the last a few times, like through winter, we just went like from November to April, so 6 months flew by just like that. So, yeah, 8 years in, we do got 54,000 currently in the bank, but we own everything that we have. I don't have anything leased, and just moving forward, I think the only thing I would have done was buy more land and just keep on farming. But I felt like it was time to move on from the challenge and try something else and get some more new scenery. So I appreciate. If you did watch every episode, very much appreciated that you did so. If you even made it this far into the episode, congratulations. You know where the thumbs up button is, thumbs down button, subscribe, notification bell. Don't forget that if you haven't done so already or if you're new here. And yeah, that's where we're going to wrap up this series for Pallegney. Where you go from here, even I don't know. And like I said, I got some ideas, but the map I pick will determine what ideas I go with. And I mentioned before, when will the series start up? I'm not sure. I probably am going to take maybe a little bit of time to choose the map and ideas. And hopefully he can get back on schedule because life has been rather busy the past couple weeks. So hopefully, it won't be too far in the future. And hopefully I will see you then. But until then, have a good one.